Kitkatscanread. Hey guys, it's Katie. Welcome to another video. Today's my first ever video where you will probably be seeing my hair this colour. Yes, I dyed my hair purple. So I was like, I want to change a colour and like for the season sort of thing, and with fans and everything it made it really difficult to find a time and a moment to do that, and then I was just like, well, it's a new year, let's do it then. So luckily for Christmas I got some Amazon vouchers, so with my Amazon vouchers I got some bleach and some purple hair dye, just so that I could bleach out the old colour and then plonk on the new one, which I did yesterday. So today's the 4th of January and I'm actually here to share with you guys my December wrap up. I am on the tail end of a chest infection, so I'm really sorry if I sound really grouchy and like but yeah, literally just on the tail end of it, or what feels like the tail end anyway. So I only read like 3 books in December, which, considering I got like a chest infection, like I want to say it was near towards the end, like Christmas, so, and that really impacted my reading big time. And also ended up kind of like slumping in December as well. Like I didn't want to listen to any audiobooks, and audiobooks had kind of like helped me, but like I just could not find an audiobook that my brain wanted to actually listen to. And then I ended up cancelling my Scribd subscription anyway, because it was gonna go up in price, and I was like it's a struggle to survive as it is, honestly. And what I earn and like what all rent and bills comes to, like on my own for like everything, like it's a massive struggle, like you have no idea. So yeah, in order to pay for like Christmas presents and everything that happened in December as well, like yeah, like I need to kind of like think about my priorities. So unfortunately I did get rid of Scribd, which, you know, it's not the end of the world. I've got so many of my own physical books I can read. Yes, audiobooks do help me, but yeah, you know, I can see if my library has any audiobooks, you know, so it's not the end of the world. I can borrow one from my library if I really must have an audiobook. So that leads on to the first book that I read and completed in December, because I did mostly audiobook this. I don't actually think I physical read this at all, to be honest. I listened to this as I was commuting to and from work whilst I was cycling, and then one evening I was literally sorting and moving things around. If I remember, I was moving the bookshelves in order to make the big space for the bike and to get the heater, and that took a good few hours, and so I killed off by finishing the audiobook of this, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, it's the end of the book. But it was really good. I really enjoyed listening to this book, and this is Hidden Bodies by Carrie Kepner. This is the second book in the You series, so I won't spoil you too much. I'll just say, like, the first book is about this guy called Joe Goldberg, who is a stalker. He stalks these girls, and there is one girl in the first book that he's actually stalking, and anybody or anything that gets in his way he will like clear. But he has a way of like making you kind of like empathize with him and like have feelings for him, sort of like, I feel sorry for this guy, like, or like I understand why he did that sort of thing. So yeah, it's great. It's written in that way where like it's literally like they're speaking to you, and it's literally like it's like you walked into the room and you did this, like, and it's just like, yeah, that adds to kind of like the stalker aspect of it. And yes, it continues on with the second book with this, and he's in a completely different area, completely different people, and yeah, it's just as good, if not like sometimes terrifying at times, of just like the things that he like does, and oh man, it's so good. And how this ends is just like dun dun dun, like, yeah, you go Joe Goldberg. Like, I can't wait to see like what happens in the third book. I've yet to see the third series, and I'm kind of like thinking of rewatching the second one as well. I was absolutely addicted to the second one, so I might end up like rewatching that again soon. But yeah, Hidden Bodies by Carrie Kepner, so good. I totally recommend audiobooking these. I audiobooked the first book as well, and I really enjoyed that. Audiobook this one, so good. So yeah, I probably will try and see if I can audiobook the third book if I can get it from my library. But oh man, yeah, such a good book, like so good, really entertaining, fast paced, and just a lot happens, and before you know it, it's over. So yeah, this was in my top reads of the year, and it well deserves a space. It was just so good. So yeah, 5 out of 5 Kit Kats all the way. Then I read and completed the very well loved The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. Everybody was like talking about this on BookTube, and you know me, I always get hold of a book that everybody's talking about, but I do get scared of the hype. So I did go into this like really cautiously. I'm sort of thinking like, I'm gonna think about this like on my own terms sort of thing, and I feel like that kind of helped. And at times I did find it a little bit of a because of the hype, and I just had to like try and like ignore that and just read it because I just wanted to read it. And there were various moments of this book that had me laughing out loud, that I was just sort of like cringing at, or I was just like, oh my god, like yeah, so many emotions like over this book. But yes, really cute romance that's a like a fake dating sort of thing. And yeah, so it's literally about this girl called Olive. She's a PhD candidate, and she has to convince her friend that she has moved on so that she can end up like going out with this other guy. So in order to do that, she fake dates this guy called Adam Carlson, who is a young professor, and he's kind of like, I don't know, the mysterious dark professor that everyone's just like, oh my god, it's them. So yeah, she fake dates him, and yes, of course it blossoms from there, but it's just how it blossoms, and it's just yeah, really cute, and it's just funny and adorable, and everybody should read it. It is definitely worth the hype, and I really enjoyed it myself, and I look forward to reading the other books, like definitely. So I'm so glad that I read this, and of course another 5 out of 5 Kit Kats. The final book that I read and completed in December was The Christmas by Tom Fletcher. This is the first book in the Christmas series. It's the children's book, and it's the first book that I've read by Tom Fletcher on his own. I have read Eve of Man by Tom and Giovanna Fletcher, which I actually really enjoyed. So yeah, this is the first book by just Tom, and also children's book. So I have to go into this with the mind of that it's written for a child, which is hard to do sometimes because I don't often read children middle grade books. I mostly read young adult books, to be honest. So yeah, at first when I went into it, I was just like, okay, and like it took me a good few pages before I finally like fizzled into the story, and I was like, you know what, it's actually quite really enjoyable and magical, and definitely has that spirit of Christmas in this book. And then by the end of it, I was like, you know what, this is such a happy tale that I really enjoyed it. And yeah, it was just an easy read, and I really enjoyed it. And I absolutely love like dragons and like really cool dinosaurs, and this is a Christmas Soros, so I absolutely loved it, and especially because it looks a bit like a dragon as well. Also there's disability rep because the main boy character is in a wheelchair, so I really sort of like that aspect to it. And yeah, Father Christmas is in this, and there's like a twist like near the end, and I'm just like, wow, that's really cool, like to have in a children's novel, that's really cool. But yeah, overall I really enjoyed this book, and I was actually pleasantly surprised by this, so I'm actually glad that I got the second and third book for Christmas, because I look forward to reading the other couple of these books like maybe like next Christmas or something. So yeah, it feels like a shame to leave it all the way that long, but I just feel like like I'm not going to be in the frame of mind for a Christmassy book until like the month of December. So yeah, but I'm glad that I read this though, because I've always wanted to, and it's just taken me a while to like get around to reading it, and then in the end I ended up purchasing it second hand. Glad that I read it, like really enjoyable. Like I say, Christmassy magical children tale. Yeah, what more could you want? And plus Tom is a fantastic writer, like definitely for children. Like I can see why this book is a massive hit, and the series in general. And for those of you that don't know, this is about a boy called William Trundle. He's got a dad called Bob Trundle, and there's Santa Claus, and there's a girl called Brenda Payne who's the meanest girl in school, and then there is a dinosaur that's created called the Christmasaurus, and William absolutely loves dinosaurs so much, so he asked Santa Claus for a dinosaur for Christmas, and then he ends up meeting the Christmasaurus, and they are trying to kind of like, there's this guy that's trying to like steal the Christmas Soros, and so William tries to help the Christmas Soros, and then he ends up meeting Santa on the way. Yeah, like all that sort of stuff. So yeah, that's kind of like the basic gist of the book. But yeah, crazy things happen, but it's real good for like Christmassy book. 5 out of 5 Kit Kats. Really enjoyed it. So these are the 3 books I read in December, which, you know, at least I got some reading done. Like, I am actually pleasantly surprised with like what I got read. I used to read like loads of books a month, and then it's crazy like just gone down. My reading goal for the whole year in general is probably the poorest that it's ever been, actually. Like, my actual reading like has been terrible. But life happens, life gets in the way. It's just about like pulling ourselves back and getting back into it all and everything. The lighting has just gone like really dark. I do apologise for that. Like, I hope that you were able to still see me just about. Like, it was like really light and now it's just really dark. It's crazy. So yeah, that is it for my December wrap up. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Let me know if you've read any of these books down below in the comments, and let me know how you guys managed to do it in the month of December, and what's your TBRs for January. But that's it for me, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and if you have, please do give it a thumbs up. All my social media links are linked down below in the description if you'd like to follow me elsewhere. Keep smiling, keep reading, and be happy. My name is Katie, and I will see all of you wonderful, awesome people in my next video. Bye!